Trump played them, but what comes next is the real threat. Now, I'm about to share with you is my own research. I'm always open and transparent with you guys. I'm working to give financial literacy and education and take the emotion out of it. My decisions are all based on macro and microeconomics, studying market cycles over the last 200 years, and specifically Ray Dalio's 500 years changing world order. The markets don't give a shit about your emotions. Markets don't care about price predictions or hopium. They're absolutely ruthless. There's a winner and there is a loser. So what you should be doing is studying how economies shift. And you need to understand that the US dollar was in an absolute free fall, 96 to 97% since the Federal Reserve was created. And what I'm about to break down for you is the logic on how I make my investments. I'm taking the middle ground, taking my emotion out of it, because we can argue all day, but the 1% will always remain the 1% until you understand how it operates. So you should study Ray Dalio's Changing World Order. You should study the markets the last 200 years. There's been over 30 major market collapses. And remember, someone will be holding the tulips. And until you understand what I just meant, you should keep studying because it will save your investment career. Remember, there's no emotion. So remember when the Russian parliament said that Trump is going to suck all the US debt up into the crypto cloud and into stablecoins? I just showed on my YouTube, 3T War Academy, how Christine Lagarde said that stablecoins are a threat to the monetary system and monetary policy. Here's why. Because stablecoins use 60%, this is really important, US Treasuries, short-term US Treasuries, bonds to balance them out 1-to-1. The other key to understand is that stablecoins don't need an intermediary, they're peer-to-peer. I'll read it right off USAT, Tether's website. Dollar that moves without intermediaries. Tether introduces USAT, this is going to be key to our narrative, a dollar-backed stablecoin designed for the internet age. Spend, send, and receive money instantly, right from your phone. No intermediary required, pure freedom. So Christine Lagarde from the ECB says that stablecoins are an absolute threat. Trump told you 7 years ago you're going to be on an even playing field monetarily before you know it. He said he was a dollar guy. He's not a crypto guy. Larry Fink said crypto's used for money laundering. Jamie Dimon pushed you out of crypto. And then boom, 2023, they all flipped. But 2017, JP Morgan is already creating their own cryptocurrency and blockchain. You can look it up. JPM coin, which became Onyx. BlackRock flipped in 2023. Larry Fink said, I was wrong. It's a flight to quality, and went all in on Bitcoin, is now the #1 holder in Bitcoin worldwide. That's your key, Bitcoin and stablecoins. So Trump comes back after 4 years, builds a Avengers in the White House of extremely wealthy businessmen. And he started placing the key factors in place to save the dollar from collapsing temporarily and to position the 1% to become extremely wealthy. You can protest all day, you can argue back and forth. The markets don't care about your protesting and emotion. I'm sorry. There will be a winner and there will be a loser. So if you want to win in this economy, you have to understand how it works. You can scream, you can be pissed off, we can do TikTok videos all day, we can yell at the mountaintop, but until you understand how this works, that a $20 bill doesn't give a shit if you can pay your bills. It doesn't care if you can feed your family. Whoever picks it up gives it power. So, Trump had Bo Hines step down, go grab Tether, which was a foreign stablecoin company, Tether, brought it into America, USAT, which is 90% of the stablecoin market. Trump's family created World Liberty Financial with Steve Witkoff. Steve Witkoff and Trump are connected in the White House, and they're writing the rules around America and doing the deals. The Witkoff boys and the Trump boys created World Liberty Financial, WLFI, which is a decentralized bank. They created USD1, stablecoin. That stablecoin is the fastest growing stablecoin in 2025. Ripple, which was created around 2012, which created XRP, one of the greatest bridge currencies that's going to change the financial system, created RLUSD, a stablecoin. So you have USAT in America now. Bo Hines is now the CEO of that, who's connected to Trump. You have USD1, which is the fastest growing stablecoin in 2025, which is Eric Trump, Donald Trump, Barron Trump, Donald Trump, Steve Witkoff, and the Witkoff boys who are writing the rules. So now you have USD1, RLUSD, Ripple, and USAT, and guess what? Anybody all over the world, and in China, the increasing use of stablecoins is dramatic. And guess what it uses to balance it out 1-to-1? US Treasuries. So Trump trumped everybody and saved the US dollar from completely collapsing in a free fall and sucked it all up into stable coins because you have to use short-term treasuries to make them stable. So anybody all over the world with a cell phone does not have to operate in a centralized system now. That's why Christine Lagarde was super upset, and she's saying it's going to mess up monetary policy and mess up the banking system and create instability because you don't have to go through a centralized system now. Here's another caveat. During this time, remember Trump said he wasn't a crypto guy? He was a dollar guy, was against crypto? Well, then why is Trump Media now one of the top Bitcoin treasuries in the world? Let me give you the facts, figures, numbers, logic. So Trump Media now is number 11 in Bitcoin treasuries. XXI 21 Capital is number 3, which is connected to Howard Lutnick, which is Cantor, which is our commerce secretary. You got Strategy, who's number 1 by a long shot, and BlackRock, Larry Fink, is the number 3 holder in Strategy B, and BlackRock is the number 1 Bitcoin ETF. And then we also have American Bitcoin, which is Eric Trump, which is my number 1 stock holding, ABTC, which is climbing fast from 0 Bitcoin, to over 5,000 Bitcoin in less than 6 months. There's no emotion in this, guys. You can fight back and forth. You can argue. But this is what they're doing. Bitcoin's a new store of value like gold. Stablecoins is a new monetary system. Banks are panicking and they're freaking you out so that you don't come in so they can get set up. Every bank will have a stablecoin. And most of you who balked at crypto and will still be balking at crypto will be actually using it without even knowing it. That's a fact. You'll be running your debit card and you'll be operating on a stable coin or distributed ledger technology or a bridge currency that we own the rails, and you won't even know it, and you'll just be like, cryptocurrency's a fraud. I guarantee you, your banks, very soon, like, please come custody your crypto with us, institutional grade custody. Your financial advisors that fudge you out be like, hey, Mrs. Jones, let's put 1 to 4% in Bitcoin. I thought you told me it was a fraud. It's all good now. Guys, the system has always been the same. There's always winners, there's always losers. Remember, they were clipping our coins in the Roman days? First annuity was in the Roman days, insurance has been around. The system is always the same. It's nothing new under the sun. You have to learn how to navigate through it and get the proper assets that will help you navigate the red and the green. Stay out of the get rich quick, hype and hopium and price predictions. So here's what I did. I created a system called Capel DR. I'm a week away from trademarking it. It is a system that beats any economic cycle. You plug your assets into the system. You stop doing blind leadership and you actually take sovereignty of your wealth and you invest yourself. Because you're head of household, don't trust some other man or woman with the hope that you can retire. You're responsible for your own life. So C is cash flow. Your income is my debt, your debt is my income. There's no money in the system. They tell you to save your dollars, which is deflated 96 to 97%, and it's about to deflate dramatically because you're going to print more money than in history and lower interest rates. They don't care if they deflate the currency. They're moving into Bitcoin. They're moving into XRP. They're moving into digital assets. They're moving into gold. They're moving into silver. They're buying up all your real estate. Remember, they don't care about you. There's no emotion. The markets don't care about you. A $20 bill doesn't care about you. But you should care about you. I take my cash, which is trash, and I put it into assets that pay me dividends. I take my income and I put it into assets that have fixed supply. I'm moving into A. I use things like XRP, Bitcoin, WFI, Solana, HBAR, VeChain, XLM. Those are my digital asset side. And on the stock side, American Bitcoin, ABTC, and XXI, which is the number 3 Bitcoin treasury. So I have access to the digital rails, which is a new monetary system, XRP. Access to the new gold, Bitcoin. Access to the picks and shovels, ABTC on the stock side, and the Bitcoin treasury and XXI. I have the layer 1 infrastructure, HBAR and Solana. And I have VeChain, supply chain management, XLM, a bridge currency. I'm covered pretty well in the new monetary system. When I profit from A, I put it into cash value life insurance because the markets are going to come collapsing back down. They always do. So when you come collapsing down, I'm protected. My insurance is protected. My family's protected. You can't touch it. And I also create a family bank where I leverage from it when you go running from crypto, and I borrow from the insurance company and I buy more. And I repeat the cycle. And I de-risk, de-risk, de-risk. So wake up, save this video, come back in 2030. This will be your new system. Not financial advice, just being transparent. Do your own research and empower yourself to take control of your family. Warriors, rise! Get your shit together. I am. Love you.